Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody. The single most important thing I want to share with you today is the important thing that can inspire anyone who hears it, and hopefully the world hears. But before I give my speech, let me introduce myself. My name is Syahrul, and I want to invite you to thank to Allah Almighty who has given us mercy and blessing and healthy, and also to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who has brought us from the dumb era to the clever era. Firstly, I have a big question. Do you ever worry about sex abuse? Something very heinous and inhuman and has a sad impact on its victim. And now I'm going to talk about sex abuse, and the title is How to Deal with Past Sexual Abuse. Phenomenon of sexual abuse of children has increased over time, and the victim and perpetrators are varied. Sexual violence is in the form of rape, incest, and exploitation. Child sexual abuse can have in both short and long impact terms, including psychopathology in later life. Therefore, it is expected that parents of the call of sexual victims encourage them to not feel excluded and condemned, and able to rise through the day with a better future. A victim of sexual violence often requires service not only for the creation of the victim at a victim examination, but also follow-up medical treatment including psychiatric management. The big question is, when something bad happens to somebody, we know that it's always on their conscience, like conscious they are thinking about it. Eventually, there comes a point where they are ready to let it go. They don't want to let the past go because they feel guilty of letting it go. So why does that happen, and how do we let go that guilt? See, something the struggle is coming from misunderstanding that something either unpleasant or terrible that one may encounter in one's life. It can happen to anybody in so many different ways. If it happens, people think they must forget. No, you should never forget it. If something terrible happened to you, you should never ever forget it, because if you forget it, you may walk it out again. But we must know the distinction between what is the memory and what is living. You are living memory. It's a dead memory. You are supposed to use it as a wisdom to see such things don't happen to you in your life. But it's a fact that for most people, what happened 10 years ago, they still suffer. What may happen after that tomorrow, they already suffer. What happened 10 years ago or even 10 days ago does not exist right now. What may happen tomorrow does not exist right now. So you are suffering essentially something that doesn't exist. How many of you are psychology students? Is there a medical term of those people who are suffering something that doesn't exist? No, don't tell him them, please. They all suffering that. If you are suffering something that doesn't exist, on some level it means essentially. This may sound very cruel to you right now when I say this, because oh, I got my pants. See, you are carrying your pants like a badge. Don't do that. When something bad happen to us, when something hurt us, we can either become wise or wounded. This is choice we have. Either we can become wise with it, or we can become wounded with it. As we already went through this, life is just a certain amount of time. It's taking away. As you see it here now, you are 1 hour closer to the grave since you come here. Yes, it's going away for all of us. So in this, we're in the time to carry every experience like a wand. No, this must become your wisdom. If trouble happened to you, you must become wiser than others. Sooner than others, isn't it? But unfortunately, most people choose to become wounded simple because, again, in our system of education, we have done nothing about the nature of human mind. We are busy studying frog, crocus, and trees, and physics, and planet, and everything, no attention to the nature of this one. So don't know how to use our faculties. The greatest faculties that you have right now as a human being is you have a vivid sense of memory. everything that happened you can remember as if it's alive right now. Yes, there is a responsibility here. There's a chip in your mind which can reply the whole video of you want. But this has become a problem. You have started suffering the old movies, and there is a fantastic sense of imagination. So you are ready for tomorrow, which is yet to come. This is basically because we have not taught our children and the people in the world how to employ our faculties, how to use our memory, how to use our imagination, how to experience life right now, how to suffer the experience now. Your whole life is happening between these three dimensions: memory, present experience, and imagination. This is in your life, isn't it? These are the three dimensions. We call them trikala. Three dimensions of time. All your experience of life is happening here. But if you lose distinction between what is past, what is present, what is future, then everything hurts. But now everybody terrible things have happened. Unfortunately, for a new people, they have happened. For the rest of the people are simple suffering something, isn't it? Because it's fashionable to suffer. People think if they are suffering, they are very intellectual, they are very profound. No, it's just stupid. Because see, you are suffering that doesn't exist. You are not suffering what's happening right now. You are suffering what happened yesterday, and you are suffering something that may happen tomorrow. Are you ready? So this madness has been encouraged simply because we never trained people how to use their faculties. Do you agree with me that this human machine that you carry and I carry, this is the most sophisticated machine on the planet? Have you read the user manual? User manual? Have you? No. When are you going to read it? At the last day, if you get a phone, if you buy a phone, should you read the user manual in the first 3 days or after 3 years when you are discarding the phone? Or least, isn't it? Within the first day, you must read that only you can use this phone well. The same goes for this. If you don't understand the nature of what this is, how will you put this use? It's consuming you. Your own intelligence is consuming you. You can call it stress, anxiety, pain, suffering, whatever. Essentially, your intelligence has turned against your that's all the reality. If your intelligence was working for you, taking introduction from you, you will keep yourself based on what your intelligence has turned against you. Why has your intelligence turned against you? That's what you need to look at, not about carrying this thing that have happened, which should not have happened. As bad as your life, this may get a lot of women against me. And remember, do something today that your future self, which you thank you for you. Move on with your bad past if you are brave enough to say goodbye. Life reward you with a new hello. I can't believe I've been here for minutes, and I'm very happy to be able to talk here and pardon for my mistakes. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.